Okay, good morning. Let's proceed to example of hyperbola. Okay, review muna natin yung ellipse. Yung ellipse with the center, tanda niya, ellipse with the center 0, 0. Kapag ang ellipse is with the foci on the x-axis, ang equation is x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared is equal to 1. Ito yung kapag pahiga yung ating ellipse. Ngayon, sa hyperbola class, kapag ang hyperbola is with the center 0, 0, ang ating equation is just like in the ellipse. So, ang pinagkaiba lang is plus at minus. Nilalamig ako. So, x squared, ang equation is x squared, a squared, minus y squared over b squared is equal to 1. Ito yung kapag yung ating foci or foci is on the x-axis. So, therefore, ang itsura ng ating hyperbola is this one. Ganyan. And then, isa pa, yung pangalawa, kapag ang ellipse natin, the center, 0, 0 pa rin, kapag yung ellipse natin is pa ganyan, nakatayo siya, ang equation natin is x squared over, nag-interchange, tinan nyo, plus y squared over a squared is equal to 1. Sa hyperbola class, kapag nasa y-axis yung ating foci. Yung isa, x-axis. Wait lang, check ko kung nagre-record. Okay, nagre-record. Save. This is our x-axis. Tapos, yung y-axis natin, syempre, di ba, yung pinagkaibang lang nila is yung sign, which is negative, and then, so therefore, ang ating, tapos i-change nyo yung numerator, parang dun sa ellipse. Ang change nga lang dito is denominator. Okay, tingnan nyo dito, ang pinagkaiba lang yung negative sign. Dito din, parehas. Parehas na parehas, wherein y squared over a squared minus x squared over b squared. Parehas lang sila na yung y squared is kasama niya si a squared at yung x squared is kasama niya si b squared. Kaya lang, mas nauna si y squared here kasi this is negative. Okay. Ang itsura ng ating hyperbola naman dito is pag ganito. Okay. Nasa taas naman. Okay? Kita nyo yung difference. Again, kapag ang ellipse with the center 0, 0, ang equation, kapag ang ating foci or foci is on the x-axis, pahiga yung ating ellipse. Ngayon, yung sa hyperbola, kapag ang ating foci nasa x-axis, okay, ganito yung itsura ng ating hyperbola. Nasa x-axis siya. And then, negative sign. Negative yung, or minus yung gagawin natin sa x squared over a squared. And then, sa ellipse class, kapag nasa y-axis yung ating foci or foci, patayo yung ating ellipse. And then, add pa rin siya, change lang yung denominator. Okay? So, dito, parehas din sila ng a squared. Parehas sila, pero mas nauna si y squared. Parehas na ang denominator nila is a squared at yung x squared is b squared and minus na lang. And then, ang itsura ng ating hyperbola kapag nasa y-axis, yung ating foci, nasa y-axis ito. So, therefore, ganito. Okay, magbibigay ako ng example number 1. Example number 1 in our hyperbola. Example 1. Hyperbola with the center at 0, 0. Okay? Halimbawa, class, ang binigay ko is x squared over 4 minus y squared over 12 is equal to 1. Okay. We all know, class, na sa ellipse, ang sin natin is square root of a squared minus b squared. Sa ellipse to ha, ellipse. Sa hyperbola, in finding c is equal to a squared plus b squared. Magkaiba yan. Okay, this is hyperbola. Okay? So, sa x squared, ang kasama lagi ni x squared, okay, we all know na yung x squared, ang kasama niya is si a. Wherein, dun sa equation natin, okay, ang denominator niya is a. So, therefore, what is our a? If our a is 4, what is a square root? A is equal to square root of 4. Wherein a is equal to 2. Okay. And then, yung ating b is 12. So, we're in b. Because class, yung x squared minus, x squared over 4 minus y squared over 12 is equal to 1 is on the form of x squared over a squared minus y squared over b squared is equal to 1. So, therefore, our hyperbola with the foci is on the x-axis. So, ano itsura ng ating hyperbola? So, therefore, ang itsura ng ating hyperbola pag nasa x-axis is ganyan. Okay, expected natin na ganyan yung itsura ng ating hyperbola. So, given that is 2. So, ang ating A, hanapin ulit natin si ABC. How about B? So, therefore, yung A squared na hanap na natin, how about B squared? That is B. So, what is the square of 12? The square of 12 is factored by 4 times 3. Ilabas natin si 2 kasi ang square root of 4 is 2. And then, naiwan si square root of 3 sa labas. Sa loob, I mean. Kasi wala naman siyang perfect square. So, this one is our B. How about C? Kung sa ellipse, ang paghanap sa C is A squared minus B squared. Sa hyperbola naman is addition. So, therefore, square root of A squared plus B squared. Substitute lang natin. What is our A squared? Or just simply direct ka na dito para hindi ka na mahirapang i-simplify pa itong mga to. So, 4 plus 12. What is 4 plus 12? That is 16. What is the square of 16? That is 4. So, our C is 4. So, kompleto na yung ABC natin. We all know na yung C class is our foci. Okay? The focal axis is on the x-axis. So, what is our foci? Our foci means kung nasa x-axis tayo, therefore, tinan yung itsura na atin para hyperbola, yung equation na ginamit, nasa x-axis tayo. So, therefore, yung foci natin is 4, 0, and negative 4, 0. Ito yung foci natin. Okay? So, i-draw ko para makita nyo yung ano, ma-picture nyo yung itsura niya. So, what is 4, 0? 1, 2, 3, 4. Kung hindi nyo alam yung sinasabi ko dito sa 40, negative 40, gamitin nyo na lang yung characteristics ng hyperbola. Substitute na lang. Ano yun? That is, foci is positive, negative C0. So, what is our C? That is 4. So, therefore, ang foci natin is positive, negative 4, 0. Tama? Substitute natin 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 0. So, andito yung foci natin isa. At negative 4, 0, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So, andito yung isa nating foci. So, therefore, we all know kung nandito yung foci natin, alam natin na nasa x-axis. So, therefore, ang itsura ng ating hyperbola is ganyan. Okay? Hanapin naman natin si vertex. And we all know, class, na yung A natin is nasa transverse axis. Ito yon. Yan, nakikita nyo, ito yon. So, therefore, kung ang A natin is 2, dito, ang A natin is 2, aatras tayo ng 2. Si foci aatras ng 2. Bakit? Kasi hindi pwedeng si vertex is nasa labas ni foci. Dapat nasa loob ni vertex si foci lagi. So, therefore, atras tayo ng 2, that is 1, 2. So, nandito yung vertex natin, isa. And then, dito sa kabila is 1, 2. So, nandito yung isa nating vertex. Ito yung vertex natin. So, therefore, ang itsura ng ating hyperbola is ganyan. ay hindi nag-meet. Okay, ganyan yung itsura ng ating hyperbola. This is our A. Tingnan nyo, 2 din yan. 2 din ito. Okay? So, what are the vertices? Ang vertices natin, without using the characteristics of hyperbola, we can easily find kung nandito, that is negative 2, 0. So, negative 2, 0, and dun sa kabila is 1, 2, that is positive 2, 0. So, therefore, positive, negative 2, 0. At pag pinaghiwalay yan, positive 2, 0 and negative 2, 0. Tama? This is our vertices. Pero kung hindi na talaga kaya, just use the characteristics of our hyperbola wherein the vertices, in finding vertices, that is positive, negative A, 0. What is our A? That is 2. So there are vertices is positive, negative, 2, 0. Tama? So parehas lang din. Okay, what's next? Halimbawa, pinapanap sa inyo ang endpoints of transverse axis. We all know na this one is our transverse axis. Ay yung transverse axis natin, yung endpoints niya ay mismong vertex din. Ito yung endpoints, di ba? Okay? Ito yung A natin. Ito mismo, yung vertex natin is mismong transverse axis. So ano ang ating endpoints of transverse axis? If our vertex is positive, negative 2, 0, that is the same. This is also the transverse axis. How about the endpoints of conjugate axis? Ano yung conjugate natin? Nasa y-axis. Ito yung b natin, yung kanina sa proving. So therefore, kung ang b natin is 2 square of 3, what is 2 square of 3 in decimal? So using calculator, I'm using the calculator now. Pero, nag-post na ako sa FB group natin kung paano mag-solve ng non-perfect square root na hindi gagamit ng calculator. So, panoorin nyo na lang yun, madali lang yun. So, ang nakuha ko, ginamit ko yung calculator ko ngayon. Kasi hindi naman siya part ng discussion natin. Dinagdag ko lang siya para alam nyo kung paano kumuha ng decimal na non-perfect square root. So, what is 2 square of 3 using calculator? Lalabas agad syempre. 3.46. What is 3.46 in our coordinate plane? So, therefore, kung nasa y-axis tayo, so therefore, ang magiging ano natin is 0, positive, negative, 2 square of 3. Tama? Therefore, what is 2 square of 3? That is 3.46. What is 3.46? 1, 2, 3. So, let's say nandito yung ating conjugate axis or the endpoints of our conjugate axis. Tapos yung isa, negative 2 square of 3. 1, 2, 3. So, nandito yun. Okay? So, dyan na yung makaka-create tayo ng broken line na square or rectangle. Okay? Yung ating asymptote is still part of our hyperbola pero never magmi-meet yung ating hyperbola sa asymptote. Mag-extend lang yan pero never silang magmi-meet. Kahit anong gawin nila, hindi sila pwedeng magsama. Okay? Hindi sila magmi-meet. Kahit gustuhin nila, hindi sila pwede. Hindi tayo pwede. Ginatawa. Okay? So, tandaan nyo yan, yung asymptote, okay? Hindi niya mamimit si hyperbola. Kahit dikit na sila, kahit yung pagitan na lang nila is 0.1, never pa rin silang magmimit. Magkalapit pero hindi pwedeng magsama. Walang forever. Hindi tayo pwede. So, yun lang. So, this is a first example of our hyperbola. Wherein, given this equation, x squared over 4 minus y squared over 12 is equal to 1. We all know that x squared over 4 minus y squared over 12 is equal to 1 is on the form of x squared over a squared minus y squared over b squared is equal to 1. Wherein our foci is on the x-axis. So therefore, ang itsura ng ating hyperbola, alam na natin agad. That is this one. Kasi nasa x-axis. Kung nasa y-axis yan, nasa taas. Nasa taas. Malinaw? Okay? So, given this equation, square root nyo lang yung denominator because in our equation, a is squared. Okay? Yung square natin is square root. Okay, so square root of 4, that is 2. What is square of 12? That is, square of 12 is, simplify nyo, what are the factor of 12? That is 4 and 3. Tapos, ano yung square of 4? Ilalabas natin. So, nakuha na natin, that is 2. And then, may iwan si square of 3. Kasi wala naman siyang perfect square. And then, hanapin natin si B, ay si C. Kasi, nahanap na natin si A at B. How about C? In ellipse class, pag hinahanap natin si C, ang ginagamit natin ito, minus. Sa hyperbola plus, okay? C is equal to square of A squared plus B squared. So, substitute, what is A squared? That is 4. Y 4 kasi 2 squared, that is 4. And Y 12 kasi, what is 2 squared of 3? Oh, okay, just simply use the given equation. Yung 4 natin ito and our 12 ito. Okay, para hindi ka na mag-solve ng mga mag-rationalize dyan. So, i-substitute mo na lang yan. 4 plus 12, that is 16. What is square of 16? That is 4. C is equal to 4. After finding these three, A, B, C, dun yung time na pwede na tayong mag-graph. Okay, graph na natin. We all know na yung C is our foci. Kung nasa x-axis tayo, therefore, ang ating coordinates are positive, negative, C0. So, ito yon yung foci natin na isa at ito. And then, what is our vertex? Our vertex will be, we all know na dun sa transverse axis natin, class, is A ito. So, therefore, gagamitin natin, yun yung use ni A. So, dahil to yan, aatras tayo from foci to vertex. Kasi hindi pwedeng si foci ay nasa labas ni vertex. Laging si vertex, nasa loob niya si foci. Ganyan, no? Ganyan. Ito yung vertex natin, ito yung foci. And then, sa kabila, aatras din tayo ng 1, 2. So, nandito. So, therefore, ang ating coordinates are positive, negative, 2, 0. Kung hindi mo pa rin maunawaan yan, just use the characteristics of hyperbola. Wherein, in finding vertex, ito yung gagamitin. Positive, negative, A, and 0. Wherein, our A is 2. So, substitute mo lang positive, negative, 2, 0. Parehas lang din. Okay? And how to find the conjugate axis. Yung conjugate natin ito, well, no, ito yung conjugate, di ba? Itong patayo na to. Yung conjugate natin, class, is our B. Di ba? Dun sa ating hyperbola, this is our A and this is our B. So, yung B, magagamit naman natin dito si B sa conjugate axis. So, kung nasa y-axis siya, so therefore, ang y-coordinate natin is 2 square root 3. What is 2 square root 3? That is 3.46. Using calculator, kung hindi ko kayo pag-alawin na gumamit ng calculator, dapat pag-aralan nyo paano kumuha ng non-perfect square root. So, nasa FB group na yon yung link. And then, this one, so 0 and 3.46. Sa baba din, 0.34, 3.46. Tama? So, ito na yung sagot natin. Okay? Don't worry, class. I-specific ko yung mismong hahanapin nyo sa mismong exam ninyo. Yung iba dito, hindi ko na ipa. Halimbawa, given this equation, papahanap ko sa inyo ABC lang. Ganon. Halimbawa, given this equation, ipapahanap ko is yung graph ng ating hyperbola. Ganon. Okay? Or pahanap ko si foci lang at si vertex. Ganon lang.